Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is able to hear me. Everyone is able to see my screen. If possible, can someone please confirm if you are able to hear me clearly and able to see my screen?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
where
Thank
we
you.
can find the previous videos, sir? I am not able to find the videos or notes anywhere on the online, sir.
By default, sir, you will, whatever the email ID you joined to this particular meeting, right? You will get to your email after 2 days. Within tomorrow, you will get it. You no need to find anywhere. Whatever the email ID you joined for this particular Zoom meeting, right?
No,
The
I'm
same
asking about the
email ID
video,
you will get.
videos and notes, sir.
Sir, I'm talking about that only, please. Okay. I'm talking about YouTube videos as well as notes. You'll get to your email. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. Now, just like what we discussed so far in last two classes, we are discussing on a demo part of why Angular. When there are a lot of frameworks are available for developing web application, why only we require Angular? Okay. So just like we are discussing from HTML point of view, okay, the first web application which is created by Amazon in the year of 1985 to 88 for expanding their business through IT, and the architecture typically proposed is where the completely front-end layer, it's application server and HTML, JavaScript, JSP, and PHP. and controller layer, service layer. So some kind of architecture which is built up. But we saw the first problem with respect to the architecture point of view is nothing but, okay, first X number of people or 100 people or 20 people, whatever, they were able to access the application. And if X plus one number of people are accessing, the next person should wait actually. The main observation is the web server or app server are delay in processing the response. Whenever the response is there is a delay in processing the response. Every request is reaching to server. So Amazon server is only responsible for entire page processing. So whenever we say www.amazon.com/products, which is going to have products.jsp, products.aspx, products.php, something it is going to convert a DOM tree. So there is a delay in the DOM tree creation part of that actually. So the responsibilities like some of the server side responsibilities. What are the server side responsibilities? Creating the page, validating the page, submitting the page, rendering the page, all those are shifted to client side. Client side means a browser. So for that, a JavaScript is clearly introduced to this particular problem here. Okay. A JavaScript is used to introduce this particular problem here. So the JavaScript is a client side framework, guys. Typically, JavaScript is a client side framework here, where some of the responsibilities of a page creation, validating the page, submitting the page, rendering the page, all these are to be handled by the JavaScript, and that is completely they are shifted to a client side. Client side means a browser. Okay. After that, a jQuery library is introduced. Okay, to speed up the JavaScript. Whenever a huge data is there, JavaScript becoming very, very slow here. That's why jQuery is replacing JavaScript. jQuery is typically replacing the JavaScript in whenever the situation comes, because of there are two drawbacks. One drawback is when there is a huge data, jQuery is delaying processing, and browser compatibility. So these are the two issues are observed with the JavaScript, and jQuery is little bit useful. Okay. Now this is what I discussed in the last two demo classes, and today's demo class is related to jQuery disadvantages. Okay. What are the drawbacks of jQuery here? And we'll discuss about how AngularJS, not Angular guys, how AngularJS came up to reduce the limitations of jQuery. So that is what today's topic, which we aligned for today. Okay. Let me repeat here. What are the topics we are discussing for today is jQuery limitations and AngularJS introduced, how it is minimizing the limitations of jQuery. That is what we are going to discuss further. Okay. Right. So first point is jQuery limitations. Okay. Now, the first limitation of jQuery is jQuery is completely event-driven architecture. Event-driven architecture. Completely event-driven architecture. What is an event-driven architecture? What is the meaning of event-driven architecture? Means developer will write some code. Developer will write some code on click event, change event, focus event, blur event, load event, unload event, checked event, right? So these are the events which are identified as part of user interface. These are the events which are identified as part of user interface. Okay. And that code will be executed if that event is performed by the end user. The code will be executed when the event is performed. I think there is a problem in the thing. So it is disconnected, but somehow, okay. Let's repeat, guys. jQuery is a complete event-driven architecture, guys. Developer is going to write some code on a click event, or a change event, or a focus event, a blur event, or a load event, or unload, whatever it may be. So developer is going to write some code, and that code will be executed when the event is performed, guys. The code will be typically executed when the event is performed. Guys, my voice is a little bit uncomfortable. I'm a little bit thing, guys. Okay, but please, most of the people are following. The people who are not following, can cross check, guys. The voice having some little bit, but I'll repeat 2-3 times just because of my network bandwidth here. So only for today there is a problem in only for today, guys. There's a problem in my network bandwidth. I will repeat for a couple of times just to make sure that we are good. Okay. So jQuery is completely event-driven architecture, and developer will write some code on the click event, or a change event, or a focus event, or blur event. Completely it is oriented with events. Guys, give me some time, guys. There is a typical problem. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Just give me 2 minutes. There is a problem at here, and I'll correct it. Please be there in the call. I request everyone, please be there in the call. I'll correct my problem and I'll get back to you. Guys, everyone, please wait for 5 minutes, guys. I'll change the internet. Guys, please wait for 2-3 minutes, guys. Don't mind.
English communication.
Hello. Hello. Is this is audible for everyone? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, hi everyone, guys. Everyone is able to hear me, guys.
Yes, yes,
Now is it clear,
yes.
guys? Everyone,
yes,
is it clear now?
yes, it's clear.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. So, right. So just like I'm discussing about a topic called as a jQuery, which I'm discussing. Completely a jQuery is a event-driven architecture, guys. Sir, I hope everyone is able to hear my voice clearly. Am I right, guys?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
in between
Yes,
it
sir.
was intermittent
Yes, sir.
actually.
Yes.
So a
Yeah.
little bit
Between
loud.
No, far better.
Yeah. Just like, I mean,
Yes,
only
sir.
for today, sir, I went to my native place. There is a problem with my internet connectivity, but I'm trying level best here. Okay. So just like I'll repeat the statement for 2-3 times, guys, only for today. Okay. Every statement I'll repeat 2-3 times. Completely a event-driven architecture. Developer will write some code on a click event or a change event, focus event, blur event, anything is completely event-driven. Okay. So when a web application is concerned, guys, right? When we develop a web application, okay, everything we cannot associate with an event. Everything we cannot associate with an event, guys. Where framework should have some intelligence. Where framework should have some intelligence which can handle the web application. So my intention was web application is completely we cannot associate with event-driven architecture. Few cases I can write, click event I can write, load event I can write. For small things also, I cannot write an event-driven architecture. I will write a code, guys. I'm going to write a code here. Okay. I'm going to write a code over here. The code is typically whatever I'm telling, right? jQuery is completely event-driven architecture. I'm telling, right? That code I'm going to write here. Through code, I'm going to showcase, guys, here. Through code, I'm going to showcase here. So jQuery.html. I'm writing a code over here. jQuery.html. So I'm going to write HTML. Right, sir? I'm writing a small code. What that small code is going to do, that is event-driven architecture problem I'll explain. After that, head section, where event-based architecture with jQuery. Event-based architecture with jQuery. Title, right? Head, that's the title of the page. Title and head section is completed. Right? What I am going to do is, let me write a body tag. And I'm closing a body tag here. Okay. Where name, I'll write a text box, guys. Name, input type is equal to text. ID is equal to txt id. I'm taking a text box, guys. Input type is equal to text. ID is equal to txt id. Let me give some break. Right, sir? After that, hello. I'll take a span tag. Okay. ID is equal to MSG ID. And I'll close this span tag. I'll close this small tag. That ends up my body tag here. So I'm taking a text box, guys. I'm taking a span tag, guys. These are my two controls, guys. Understand, guys? There are two controls in my page, guys. So what I'm trying to explain, guys, jQuery event-driven architecture drawback, I'm going to write a code. Okay. So what I'm going here, I'm taking a text box that is having ID, txt ID. I'm taking a span tag, ID is equal to MSG ID. What I want is, for example, if you take jQuery.html, wherever I wrote here, right, guys? This is my HTML, right? This is my page, right? Whatever I write. What is my requirement is, if I type Ashok, hello Ashok, I should get it here. Whatever the name I type in the text box, that name should come here in the span tag. Understand my requirement, guys? Whatever the value I typed in the text box, that value should come into the span tag. That value should come into the span tag, guys. That is what my requirement over here. For that, I need to write a code, right, guys? For that, I need to write a code right here. So what I'm going to write here, a script tag, jQuery script I need to write, guys. Whoever is having a knowledge on jQuery, how to write a jQuery, how to get a, what I want to write here, MSG ID value is equal to txt ID value. MSG ID value is equal to txt ID value. So $of hash MSG ID. This is what I can get it a control, right? $of hash of MSG ID dot HTML. Correct, right? That HTML, span tag HTML. What is the value here? What value I want to print here? $of txt ID dot val. So what I'm writing here, inside script tag, jQuery script, hey, my span tag is $of hash of MSGID. This is a syntax to write in jQuery. Any control you want to write in a jQuery, this is syntax. Whoever doesn't have any idea on jQuery, this syntax will be useful, guys. $of hash of MSGID dot HTML is $of txt ID dot value. This is my script tag here. And I need to load my jQuery, right, guys? I need to load my jQuery, right, guys? So I'm going to load jQuery here. Script src is equal to, I want to line jQuery min.js, right? So here, Google, where I'm going to write Ajax, yeah. So this is a library. If you see here, download jQuery here. Where, not this. So Yeah, I think this is I can write here. This is what I can write here. So SRC is equal to HTTPS ajax.googlaaps.com/ajax.lib/jQuery/3.5.1/. This is what my jQuery library. I'll copy paste this guy just to make sure that is my query library is correct or not. Yeah, you're able to see that, right? This is jQuery library. Yes, it's correct only, right? So what I wrote a code, guys, let me explain here. I loaded jQuery library. I wrote a script tag with MSG ID value is equal to TXT ID value and span tag. So far clear everyone, guys? Which is jQuery query, everyone is clear so far, guys? Right. Now I will execute the code, guys. Now I'm going to execute this code, guys. Right? So if you see here, guys, in the sources, you saw that, right? jQuery is loaded, right, guys, here? You saw jQuery library is loaded. In the browser, I was able to see the jQuery library, right, guys? You're able to see that, right? When I type for this particular HTML on the browser, it downloaded the jQuery library. So jQuery library is activated here. Am I right? jQuery library is activated here. Now I am typing Ashok. But Ashok is not coming over here. Sir, I wrote a code here. What code I wrote here? Hey, jQuery, this is span tag value. Take the TXT ID value. I wrote a code here. But it's not working. Makes sense, guys? Everyone understanding my point here? Makes sense, everyone? My point is, I wrote a code of, hey, span tag value is text box value. I loaded jQuery library. I added this code, but it is not working. Why it is not working? Because it is an event-driven architecture. This code should be, jQuery doesn't have an idea. jQuery doesn't have an intelligence. jQuery doesn't have a smartness. Hey, this developer wrote a code. Span tag value, text box value, he wrote a code. This code is not active by the jQuery library unless until I write some code. Unless until I write some code over here. Maybe what I'll do here, I'll write some function. Okay, I'll write some function here. Maybe I'll write some function, guys. Just to understand that, hey, jQuery, I wrote a function. Because it's event driven means a function, right? Because I'll write some function, I want to execute. Let me try now. Am I right, guys? But still it is not working, guys. Even I write a function, it is not working. What I need to do to make it work? I need to take a event. This function to be executed at what time? I need to write an event. What could be an event here? Text box ID, right? Dot key up. I need to write key up. On key, whenever you enter a key, whenever you enter a key on the text box, Keyup is a function. Whenever you enter a key on the text box, right? This code should be executed. Now I'm saving this code, guys. Dollar of txt id dot keyup. I wrote this function and I'm telling that a jQuery, this is an event. Whenever a keystroke is dollar of hash of txt id, any keystroke is happen, execute this code. Okay. Now let me refresh this code. But still, it's not working. Right? Still, it's not working. So what I'm doing here, dollar of hash of txt id, because I need to mention this is what I need to write above this. This is inside this. Dollar of, I need to write inside this a dollar of function, which I need to write here, and dollar of keyup, and inside this so this code I want to execute. This dollar of function is a jQuery function. It should be executed on keyup. So dot value okay, I'm sorry guys. I think there is a syntactical mistake. One by one I'll write here. I'm going to write one by one here because there is a syntax mistake here. So first one is dollar of hash of MSG ID. Dollar of hash of MSG ID dot HTML is equal to dollar of txt ID dot value. This is the actual code which I want to execute. Okay. Where I want to write inside a function. This I want to write inside a function. This I want to write inside a function. Now, this function should be executed on a keyup. This function should be executed on a function of keyup, where I want to write here this is a function ending, this is a keyup ending, and this entire thing I need to write in a dollar of function where I want to end like this. Then I want to remove here. So what I am doing here, on a keyup, this function will be executed. Whenever a keyup is there, this function should be executed. I'll explain this code, guys. Whenever txt id key press is happened, this function should be executed. And this should be enclosed in a jQuery function. Now you will see the code, guys. You saw, you know? You saw, right? Any change I am doing, any change I am doing. Now it's working, right, guys? So what I am doing here typically, if I don't write this code, if I don't write key up function, I'll remove this, guys. If I don't read this code here, will it work? It's not working. I need to write. If I write this key up function, that is an event for me. That is typically an event for me. Now you're able to see that? Whenever you do any change, it's working, right? So, what is my intention over here? Sir, it's a small requirement. Whatever I typed on the text box, whatever I typed on the span tag, whatever I typed on the text box, that I want to keep the text box, that I want to keep in span tag value, nothing else. Do we need an event for that? Do we really require an event for that? No, right? We don't require an event here. What is an event? When a button is clicked, that's an event. When radio button is changed, that is an event. Page is loaded, that's an event. I typed some value in the text box. I want to show in another value. For that also, do we require event? If we write like that event, my jQuery is completely event driven. We will take event driven only for important tasks, but not for every task. We are going to write event driven for all the tasks we cannot write. For important task, we are going to write event driven architecture. Now, you feel that, sir, it's an event only, right? Sir, key up is also event and it's a requirement only, right? What is the problem? I'll show the same now, the same code in AngularJS. I'll show you. In AngularJS, I'll show you guys. Okay. Now I am going to save as this page. I'm going to save as this page. AngularJS.html. AngularJS.html. I'm going to write here. Okay. Now what I'm going to write here. Same code, guys. You'll see now. AngularJS introduction. Okay. I will load AngularJS.min.js, right? AngularJS.min.js. I should get the link over here. Okay, they have not given something like Ajax dot, it's jQuery, Google APIs dot bytes. You are able to see that? AngularJS dot min.js. This is the code. I'm going to keep over here. Where I'm going to write HTTPS. And I don't require any event here. I don't require any event here. So body tag, I will write ng app. I'm going to write ng app in the body tag. Means this entire body should be formed by Angular. ng app means Angular application should form this body tag. And I want to store this text box value, right? Where ng model is equal to uname. I'll take it. ng model. Whatever you type in the text box, store in a variable called as a username, called as a uname. Store in a variable called as a uname. In span tag, bind ng-bind is equal to uname. I wrote 3 tags, guys. ng app. This entire body tag should be formed by the Angular. ng model. Store the value in a variable. ng-bind. Bind this to a variable. Whatever the name I have stored, I want to bind over it. Only 3 keywords. No event at all. No event-driven architecture. Do you see any event here? Do you see any event here, right? I downloaded AngularJS library. I wrote 3 keywords. ng app, ng model, ng bind. That's it. Okay. Now, let me show you the execution of AngularJS. Now you see here. Do you saw AngularJS is downloaded here? You saw that, right? AngularJS is downloaded, right? Angular.min.js. You saw that AngularJS is downloaded, right? You're able to see that, right? AngularJS is downloaded. Yes or no, guys? So, now I'll type some name here. Ashok IT. It's working, right? You saw everything is working, right? Does it have any event, guys? Does it have any event here? Now I'll come back to whatever I wrote here. Now I'll come back to whatever I wrote here. jQuery is completely event-driven architecture. Developer will write some code on click event, change event, focus event, blur event, load event, unload event, checked event. When we develop application, everything we can associate an event where framework should have some intelligence. Framework should have some intelligence which can handle the web application. Framework doesn't have intelligence, right? Right? So, developer only should take care as per his requirement in an event, as jQuery takes as an event. jQuery takes as an event here. Developer only should take as per his requirement in an event, and jQuery takes this an event here. jQuery is going to take an event here. Developer only should take as per his requirement in an event, and jQuery takes as an event, and this code will work if we keep an event. Whereas AngularJS completely removes the event-driven architecture, and entire body tag will be populated by Angular itself. entire body tag is populated by Angular itself. Angular only populates the entire body tag will be populated by Angular itself. It will be populated. And it removes the complete event. And page performance is too good. Our page performance is good compared to jQuery. So this is the biggest drawback of jQuery, and this is the advantage of AngularJS. The biggest drawback of jQuery and advantage of AngularJS, which I write as part of the code where you can understand clearly, right? So this is what my understanding over the things over here, guys. Angular as well as jQuery. This is what my typical understanding on this. Okay? Right. So far, this is the explanation, guys, as part of this understanding. So completely we discussed about HTML, JavaScript, jQuery, AngularJS. This is what we discussed. Now, the next part is drawbacks of AngularJS. Ajax, I am going to discuss. Drawbacks
Sir,
of
can you share the jQuery code, sir? It is not running on my machine, sir, when I tried.
We'll share it. Sir. We are going to share.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to share in the Zoom chat window, sir. But
Yeah,
by
if you can.
default, you will get it everything. Okay. But I'm going to share it as of now.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
I'm going to share this code. This is jQuery code in the chat window. Okay. AngularJS code also I'm going to share in the. Okay. Right. So first of all, forget about this. Whether you, just like you need to understand the real picture. Tomorrow's my agenda is why Ajax came. What are the drawbacks of AngularJS? Then GWT, Marinate, Backbone. Then finally we'll go to single page application. Finally we'll go to single page application with Angular. Then we'll go to Angular versus React so that you will have a complete picture of all the frameworks. Then we'll go into the TypeScript introduction, TypeScript code, TypeScript program. Then we'll go into Angular. This is what my upcoming classes agenda. Okay, guys? Right. So 90% tomorrow class might be there, might not be there, sir. Only for this week, I came for personal vacation. Okay. If I have a possibility, I'll take it, but you will get a clear communication. Maybe I can say that 60 to 70% class is there, 30% it may not be there. Okay. But I'll keep a clear updation. Only this week I have a little bit. Okay. But we'll keep on updating all this. Okay. So thanks for everyone today and have a great day. We'll meet either tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Is Angular depends on jQuery, sir?
Sir, we'll discuss all those things in upcoming sessions, sir. Okay? We'll discuss
Sir,
all these things.
I'm sorry, when you are going to the vacation?
It's not vacation, sir. Only 1 day trip. I
Oh,
came to
one
my
day.
personal. It's no vacation, nothing. Okay? It's only 1 day. Maximum tomorrow, if the same network connectivity is there, I'll take the class. If network connectivity is not there, then because today I was having a problem here and I'll back immediately by tomorrow itself to Hyderabad and no vacation at all. Only 1 day.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, somehow the chart I'm not able to copy paste, sir. Looks like chart is not allowing you to copy paste, sir.
We'll share the code, sir. We'll share the
Okay,
code to your email.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, how many days this demo sessions will be going on?
Till this Saturday, sir. Monday onwards, regular class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, sir. In next class, please repeat this topic.
Sorry?
In next class on Monday, please repeat this topic again.
Why?
Sir, that jQuery, that event driven, I have understand, sir.
We no need to understand, sir. Okay, this is not required. Just only we are comparing the things here. It's a demo class. Okay, this is we don't require this in our Angular. Just I'm explaining the differences of jQuery to Angular. Okay. Okay,
Ashok,
guys.
I
have a hard stop.
recording
Guys,
session.
please. I have a hard stop, and I need to take one more class. Any questions are there?
Yeah,
Please,
last question. You have one last question. Hello.
Yes.
Like actually in front end, I have not much idea. Only know how to create form and table basic. So
So
in
please
here,
listen to my first session. We don't require. What are the prerequisites? I mentioned clearly. The prerequisites of the course I mentioned. HTML little bit knowledge is sufficient. You no need to have extra knowledge here.
That my question was is I understand today's topic that what is jQuery do. I mean need to every time create events, but there which we use key on and all those things. Should I have to go on that also or Angular? I mean I was not able to understand all those syntaxes.
Sir, please listen to my classes. You will get it. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
When will
Chaitanya.
you provide the notes?
Once the classes by regular classes are started on Monday onwards, we are going to create a Google Classroom and I will share it. On Monday you'll be. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you everyone, guys. Have a great day. Thank you.